moonshots, and let's jump straight into Harmony 1. Stay till the end of the video because I'm going to kind of be going over some of their announcements and some positive news and why I'm bullish on this project. So yeah, man. So let's just jump straight into it. So if you watched my last video, we were kind of right here, right? We were kind of right there. And I told you guys that if there is 2 or 3 or 4 candles forming above this line, that I'm bullish, right? And I'm gonna keep it real with you guys, and I'm gonna stick to what I said, and I'm not gonna beat around the bush like some other YouTubers and be like, kind of ignore the fact that I might have been wrong. So I was kind of right and wrong because I told you guys that um, if there is 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 candles that form like completely above it, that's a really good sign, right? And that it's gonna shoot up, right? So what ended up happening was I was monitoring this thing, right? And then it was looking all good here, and I was so ready to buy. I was so ready. I just needed to see one more confirmation, and then what did we see? A red candle, which is white in my color, but I saw a red candle, and I was like, oh, that's a red flag, right? That's a red flag. And then I monitored it more and more, and I saw another red one, and then we saw this one. And these candles normally mean they don't know what the hell they're gonna do, right? That's what it kind of means when the candle's really small and the wicks are huge. Like, let's look at that percentage. Like, what is that? It's around 10%, 10%, right? So didn't really know what it's gonna do, and I was like, okay, that's kind of a bearish sign. So I ended up not buying in just because I was patient. I was patient with it. I wanted to really make sure that it's gonna go up before I buy. And another thing to keep in mind, I mentioned this in my last BPro video, is, you know, when people are trading, they're really looking forward to buy like right at the bottom and sell right at the top, right? Look, that's, if you can do that, props to you, but that rarely happens, right? What I try to do at least is I kind of look for signs, right? I look for signs and I'm like, okay, if this is, this is going above and this is going above and, I kind of enter like right around there, right? Right around there. And then it's okay to sell around right here. That's completely fine, man. That's completely fine because look, what is that? That's like 13% gain, right? Again, if we compare this to the stock market, that's a lot of gains. Like 13%, that's a lot, right? I mean, it's not a lot, but it's not bad, right? If you're day trading, if you've been holding from like, down here, right? And I've been holding a little bit from down here, you're up what 120%. So this is like if you're day trading, that's fine, right? You're not going to be able to buy at the lowest low and the highest high, right? That's completely fine. So yeah, man, we came down, came down a lot, from when we last. If we take the top of this wick and the bottom of this, it's around 30%. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. But again, my philosophy is I don't sell at a loss. I just, whatever it is, my pride, whatever. I just don't sell. I just hold, especially because we're in a bull market. And again, like look at this trend, right? This is if we take the low, right? This is a higher low, and hopefully this is a higher low, and then higher low, you know, and then it's gonna keep going, and then another higher low, right? That's how it moves, right? It moves like this, right? That's how it moves, right? It's not gonna go like that, right? So let me just delete those real quick. So let's just get into a little bit of the technical analysis, and let's just actually I wanted to talk about some few things. So basically, I kind of want to draw a new line here, and the line I want to draw on this 4 hour is around right, I'd say right around there. Wait, whoops, yeah, right there. All right. The reason I drew this line of resistance or support right now is because these two wicks kind of touched it, and then this is like a third time, and then this came all the way down. So and then this one touched it right there. So that's like, what is that? That's 4 times it almost touched it, and then I'm kind of just taking the average of this, you know, just because again we're at all-time highs, right? We don't really have that much data to look back on, so that's where I'm going to draw the line. So basically, that is our new, I'd say, that's our new level of support, right? That's our new level of support, and there's a chance that it could come back down and test here before it comes back up, right? and then it might do a fake out again like it did, like that, like that's what happened, right? And then it could create a new higher low, right? And then it could break through this completely, right? And that's what could happen, right? And that's healthy, right? Because we're just getting more data points, we're getting a new level of support, and then we're getting a higher low, because this is, again, higher low means that there's a higher low. So this is a low, this is higher than that low, so it's a higher low. And then if this is a low, this is higher than that low, so this is a new higher low, right? And then that's kind of what we're looking for, is we're trying to create a new higher low, right? And higher highs, right? Same thing applies here. This high is higher than this, so it's a higher high. So, but yeah, it just feels funny saying all those terms. But yeah, man, that's what it's looking like. So let me just get into kind of the thick of things, and I also want to look at this trend line, right? If we look at this trend line, you know, it's not really good news that, you know, it kind of broke through this in the 4 hour. That's not great news, to be honest. That's not great news, because now it's going to act as resistance, right? It's going to act as resistance again. If we look at, again, like I said and mentioned in my previous videos, I don't really like looking at the 2 hour. The minimum I'll go to is 4 hour, but yeah. So now that trend line is kind of being treated as a level of resistance. So it might be a little bit of time, maybe a few days to, 1 or 2 weeks before, we skyrocket, right? And let me tell you why that's completely normal. When a coin does this, right? When a coin goes up 700%, right? 700%. Time is not necessarily on it. It's not gonna, keep going up and up and up in a short amount of time, right? In a short amount of time. So I think that's what's gonna end up happening with Harmony. I think that, just be patient with it. Just hold your bag, and like right now is a great time to buy, right? Right now is a great time to buy. Yes, it could come down here, right? But even if it does come down there, that's still low, because it's gonna, once it comes back down here, right? Once it comes back down here, again, it's gonna go up, right? And then maybe do a little fake out like I mentioned before, right? And then maybe, hopefully, it uses that as support, right? If not, it'll come down and create a new higher low, and then break through again, and then this is gonna be support. And then I doubt that it's gonna, I doubt that it's gonna break through this line again, right? Just like how, it didn't break through this line, right? It created a new higher low, so this, we can kind of eliminate this and not even really look at it. But again, that's not a good idea, because that line is still there. So there's a possibility it could touch it, but we kind of want to create a new line, right? A new line, new level of support, new level of support, and then we're going to go to the moon, right? So that's a little bit of what's happening. Even when we look at that RSI, right? Again, RSI isn't something that we can solely rely on, but it can definitely help with confirm our technical analysis, and it does confirm it, right? So right here, it was overbought, right? It was overbought whenever it comes above that line. It's what's it called? Whenever it comes above that line, it becomes overbought, right? And then right here, we're at the bottom, so what goes up must come down, what goes down must go up, right? So the RSI is telling us that we're at the bottom, and like I mentioned, this would be a great time. I'm picking up another, just $300, like right after this video. But so yeah, that's what my opinion about it is based on technical analysis. It could go, it could go down more a little bit, but again, I doubt that it's going to cross this line, right? It could go down, or it could create a new level. It could create a new level, right here, right? It could create a new level. So those are the two possibilities. Keep a close eye on it. If we look at the 1 hour, which I don't like to do again, yeah, it's kind of looking like it's coming down. It's kind of looking that way. Um, let's look at the 1 minute. Let's look at the 1 minute just for fun. Just for fun. Yeah, this is on a downward. If we draw a trend line, right? If we draw a trend line, this is what it's looking like. So, yeah, I think we're coming to the yellow line again. We could not be, but I think that's what's gonna happen. And then yeah, just keep a close eye on it. If you're holding, keep holding. You know, you don't want to sell right now, because long term this is a great project. So let's just talk about kind of the news they came out with today. And just look at that, man. 108,000 followers on Twitter. That's a lot. Almost 1,700 on Telegram and 11,500 on Reddit, and 100 subscribers. They should write 100 subscribers on Crypto Moonshots. I don't know why that's not in there, but um, and then like I mentioned in my previous video, they launched the Binance Smart Chain bridge, right? The BSC1 bridge, which was like 3 days ago, right? And they released a magazine. Isn't that crazy? They released a magazine, and in it we research robot automation. That's pretty cool, right? That's pretty cool stuff. And then yeah, man, it's just growing day by day. Hold the bag, buy more right now, or wait for it to come down. Again, I talked about that. So yeah, man, if you're new here, please feel free to subscribe and smash that like button. If you're returning, thank you so much. I'm so glad to have you back. And yeah, thanks for the support, guys. Bye.